18 Internet Famous Pets. With social media rising as a legitimate way to earn fame and money, does it surprise you that there's more than a few famous pets that have made a living off doing so? From cats and dogs and monkeys and more, here's some of the most famous pets of the internet.
Hey guys, it's Wacky Universe, your guest host on Titanic today. Let's get on with the video.
17. Boo the Pomeranian. Dubbed the world's cutest dog, this tiny Pomeranian from San Francisco has taken the internet by storm. Boo was born in 2006, making him now nearly 12 years old. And you wouldn't know it, since Boo still appears so small and lively. You know it's Boo when you see that little fuzzy haircut and adorable face that has been on the cover of 4 photo books. He first became famous in 2010 after his owner, Irene An, started a Facebook page in which Kesha tweeted about. Since 2016, Boo's Facebook page has received over 17.5 million likes. 16. Hamilton the Hipster Cat. It takes some people forever to grow and groom a mustache that mighty, but for Hamilton the Hipster Cat, he's looked this cool since he was born. Hamilton was adopted at the Humane Society of Silicon Valley by his owner Jay Stowe. Hamilton was described as an antisocial kitten who hissed at anyone who got too close. So naturally, Stowe adopted this one. Stowe began taking photos of his peculiar cat, a cat that at first would never leave the bathroom and then found solace in the closet for the first couple months after adoption. After Stowe posted the first picture on Instagram, it would receive over 100 likes in just 10 minutes. 15. Master of all, Lil Bub. Now that's the name of a modern celebrity. Lil Bub was born the runt of her litter. Now 6 years old, this little cat seemed to be destined for stardom, as she's garnered fame with the first couple months of being born. See, Lil Bub has extreme feline dwarfism, which accounts for her out-of-the-ordinary short limbs. She's also characterized by her hanging tongue that sticks out due to her toothlessness and her jawbone being too short. In her hometown of Bloomington, her owner Mike Bradavsky arranges meet and greets for Lil Bub and her fans, as well as around the country at different animal shelters. In addition to also starring in a documentary and her own web series, Lil Bub also has her own album called Science and Magic. 14. Zhao Li Wu, the Little Gift. When you see this picture of little Zhao Li Wu peeking at you from upside down a branch, you'll understand why everyone thinks he's so lovable. The Little Panda, now 5 years old, was born at the San Diego Zoo where he still lives. This giant panda, whose name means little gift, is the 6th born to his parents Gao Gao and Bai Yun. When Zhao Li Wu turned 4 years old, he celebrated it with a party, wherein he received treats, boxes of gifts, and a fruit and vegetable ice cake. He apparently loves to train with his keepers, and he gets a checkup every week to ensure he's growing to be healthy and strong. 13. Beyonce, the smallest puppy. When Beyonce, the dog that is, was first born, she was no bigger than a spoonful. More than that, she was stillborn. Somehow, she came to live, something many call a miracle. Since then, Beyonce became the smallest rescue dog ever. This little Chihuahua Dachshund mix was the result of dangerous micro-sized breeding and was nearly crushed inside her mother's womb before she could come out. By the time she was 5 months old, she weighed only 3 pounds and 1 ounce. 12. The illustrious Sockington. Named in 2014 by Parade magazine as a pet power player, Sockington the cat has made a name for himself with his Twitter presence. Sockington, sometimes called Sockamillion or just Socks, was found outside a Boston subway in 2004. He now lives in Walton, Massachusetts with his owner, Jason Scott, who started his Twitter for him in 2007. When Sockington's Twitter first started out, he had only about 10,000 followers for 2 years. Sockington currently has over 1.4 million followers on the social media site. 11. The Mopped Beast. One of the most famous pets on the internet belongs to one of the most famous men on the internet, and that's Beast, who belongs to none other than Mark Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla Chan. Even if you didn't know who he belonged to, you've probably seen this photo of him before. Yep, that's a dog and not a huge mop. For those who didn't know, Beast is a puli, a dog descended from the ancient Hungarian sheepdog. A puli is an incredibly rare dog to own, with less than 90 said to be registered in the United States. So it makes sense that someone like Zuckerberg owns one. 10. Bodhi the well-dressed dog. You might know Bodhi better from the Instagram account called Menswear Dog, where this dapper Shiba Inu shows off his mad style. From wearing the clothes and posting pictures of it on the internet, Bodhi makes about $15,000 a month. Bodhi lives in New York City with his owners David Fung, a graphic designer, and Yina Kim, a fashion designer, who photographs Bodhi in all his little outfits. He's even gotten to work with brands such as American Apparel, ASUS, Brooke Brothers, and even Purina. 9. The cat that loves boxes. Maru was born 10 years ago and has been present on the internet since 2008. As one of the most popular cats on YouTube, this Scottish fold living in Japan has videos that have been viewed over 300 million times. For this, Maru has earned the Guinness World Record for most YouTube views of an individual animal. Some consider him the most famous cat on the internet, though much debate surrounds that statement. A book and DVD called I Am Maru was released in Japan back in 2009. Maru's videos have both Japanese and English title cards, since of course Maru cannot speak himself. 8. Sadie Tripod. This little purebred has found stardom on the internet, which shows that just because you're imperfect doesn't mean you can't be beloved. Her permanent family found her on Craigslist, and she's been with them ever since. Sadie Tripod broke one of her front legs, which resulted in it having to be amputated, hence the name Tripod, spelled P-A-W-D, since she only has 3 paws. Sadie can run and jump just like any other dog, and her liveliness shows on her social media accounts, such as Instagram, where she has over 34,000 followers. Sadie lives in Raleigh, North Carolina, and though no one's sure of her exact date of birth, it's said that Sadie is nearly 10 years old. 7. The infamous Ikea monkey. You might have seen that meme of a macaque in a stylish shearling coat and wondering what in the world you were seeing. Well, that monkey was Darwin, who's been nicknamed the Ikea monkey after being photographed in that coat after he was found out and about in Ikea in 2012. After that Ikea debacle, Darwin was collected by Animal Services since it's really not okay for a macaque to be wandering around a furniture store in Toronto, Canada. Animal Protection placed him at the Storybook Farm in Ontario, where he's been living ever since and has adapted to normal life as a monkey, meaning he's running around trees and not a megastore full of humans. 6. Monty the Cat. He was born without a bone in his nose, and somehow that added to his appeal. The lack of the nasal bridge as a result of a chromosomal abnormality. Meet Monty the Cat, who was rescued from a shelter in Copenhagen, Denmark in 2013 when he was only 3 years old. He's been called a crooked cat for the unique way Monty looks compared to other normal cats. Monty has gotten attention from his owner's Facebook posts, which shows regular posts of the little snub-nosed kitty going about his day, sweet and carefree. 5. Maddie On Things. We have photographer Theron Humphrey to thank for all the amazing pictures of his dog Maddie that he's compiled into a book. He rescued Maddie and set on his road journey with his new best friend. Together, they took 365 days to visit all 50 states for his project, This Wild Idea. In the photos taken on the trip, Maddie can be seen climbing on all sorts of things. Most dog owners might scoff at the sight of seeing a dog so patient and still to have their picture taken, which is part of what makes Maddie so unique. She even went on a tour so that her fans can meet the traveling dog. 4. Shironeko, the happiest cat. Have you ever seen a cat so cheerful? Cats often get a lot of flack for being stuck up and angry, but Shironeko shatters all sorts of feline stereotypes with his sunny disposition and reputation for being a zen cat. He was born in 2002 and has been nicknamed the basket cat, since he has a knack for finding baskets and falling asleep in them. His name in Japanese translates to mean white cat and has been known to sleep all the time. For his adorable looks, Shironeko has earned hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. 3. Barney the Dog. She's a little bit like the dog version of Lil Bub, what with that tongue hanging out. Barney the Dog is also so much more than that. Though she's characterized by what looks like a constantly playful face and a permanent head tilt to the left, this 16-year-old Shih Tzu has gotten over 2.1 million followers on Instagram and over 75,000 followers on Twitter. In 2012, she was found living on the street in Connecticut and was moved to an animal shelter where she was known as Stinky, a problem that was greatly relieved after her decaying teeth were removed. It was at this shelter where she would be adopted by her owner, Shirley Braha. In 2014, she would find her internet fame. 2. Buttercup the Sloth. Look at that face. She just looks so pleasant. That's Buttercup, one of the most famous sloths in the whole world. If she looks familiar, then you've probably seen her starring in specials that aired on Discovery Channel and Animal Planet. Not only does everyone know who she is, she's also the oldest known living sloth. Like most sloths, she wakes slowly, though she does get up early. She's considered one of the founding members of the Sloth Sanctuary in Costa Rica, where people come and tour the sloth habitat. 1. Grumpy Cat. You watched a list like this, and were probably wondering this whole time where Grumpy Cat was. Well, here she is, in all her grumpy glory. To general audiences, she's Grumpy Cat. To those close to her, she's Tartar Sauce. This mixed cat was born in 2012, making her about 5 years old. She first rose to fame in 2012 when photos of her were posted on Reddit, showing her little dissatisfied face due to an underbite coupled with feline dwarfism. She's appeared on TV shows such as Good Morning America, American Idol, and even Anderson Live. Nowadays, you can find her merchandise everywhere, distinct with a little cartoon picture of her unique face.
If you like that video, check out this video over here on Wacky Universe.